You knew the phone would ring before it rang. You knew what someone would say before they said it. You knew something would happen, and then it did, exactly as you saw it. And for years, you've been dismissing this as coincidence, anxiety, overthinking. But Dolores Cannon discovered something that changes everything. When you start knowing things before they happen, it's not your imagination. It's a dormant ability that just activated. Let me tell you what's been happening to you. You get a sudden flash, an image, a feeling, a knowing about something that hasn't happened yet. Days later, sometimes hours, sometimes months, that exact thing happens. And you think, wait, I saw this. I knew this. But then you second guess yourself. Was it really precognition, or am I just anxious? Am I manifesting it by thinking about it? Here's what Dolores Cannon found after 45 years of research. Precognition is not prediction, it's reception. You're not creating the future by thinking about it. You're receiving information from the future, or more accurately, from a timeline where time doesn't exist linearly. Your consciousness is accessing moments that in 3D reality haven't occurred yet. But in 5D consciousness, where past, present, and future exist simultaneously, those moments already exist. And your newly activated precognitive ability is giving you access to them. This isn't paranoia. This isn't anxiety creating scenarios. This is your consciousness operating beyond the limitation of linear time. Let me explain what's actually happening in your body and energy field when precognition activates. The physical mechanism. Dolores documented that when volunteers' DNA begins upgrading, something specific happens in the brain. Your pineal gland, your third eye, starts producing higher levels of DMT naturally, not the synthetic version, your own body's DMT. This creates brief moments where your brain waves shift from beta, normal waking state, to theta, the state of dreams and visions. You're essentially microdosing into a visionary state while fully awake. That's why precognitive flashes often feel dreamlike, quick, symbolic, sometimes confusing, because your waking mind is briefly accessing the same frequency your sleeping mind uses. But there's more happening than just brain chemistry. According to Dolores' research with the volunteers, when your light body activates, your consciousness is no longer locked into this moment. Think of time like a movie reel. Most people can only see the frame that's playing right now. But when precognition activates, you can suddenly see frames that are 10 scenes ahead. You're not changing those frames, you're just seeing them before the projector gets there. The dimensional explanation. In 3D consciousness, time is a line, past, present, future. In 5D consciousness, time is a sphere. Everything exists now in different locations of the sphere. When you have a precognitive flash, your consciousness is briefly touching a different location on the sphere. You're experiencing time the way your higher self always has, non-linearly. This is why the flashes feel so certain, because from your higher self's perspective, it's not a prediction, it's a memory of something that's already real in another now. Why it's activating now. Dolores found this pattern. Precognition activates in volunteers when their mission is about to require it. If you're starting to know things before they happen, it's because your sacred work needs you to have advanced warning. You're being given a tactical advantage for whatever's coming. This isn't a random gift. This is preparation. Not all precognition works the same way. Dolores identified 3 distinct types, and recognizing which one you have determines how you use it. Type 1, Flash Cognition. What it feels like. A sudden, intrusive thought that feels completely out of place. You're making breakfast and suddenly know your sister is about to call. You're driving and suddenly know there's an accident ahead before you see it. You're in a meeting and suddenly know someone's about to quit before they announce it. Characteristics: instant and complete knowing. No images, just pure information. Often feels like your own thought, easy to dismiss. Usually about immediate future, hours to days. Comes without emotion attached. What this type means? If you have flash cognition, you're being prepared for rapid decision-making. Your mission likely involves situations where you need to act fast. Crisis intervention, emergency response, protective roles. How to recognize it's real precognition, not anxiety? Anxiety comes with fear and body tension. Flash cognition comes with neutral certainty. If you know something without feeling stressed about it, that's precognition. Type 2, vision cognition. What it feels like. You see a brief scene play out in your mind's eye like a 3-second movie clip. Sometimes while awake, sometimes in dreams that feel hyper-real. You see a specific location you'll visit. You see a conversation that will happen. You see an event unfolding. Characteristics: visual, like watching a memory. Often symbolic, not always literal. Can be about near or distant future. Usually comes in quiet moments, meditation just before sleep. Strong emotional imprint, you feel the vision's importance. What this type means? If you have vision cognition, you're being prepared for strategic planning. Your mission involves long-term preparation, guidance roles, or teaching positions. You need to see what's coming so you can help others prepare. How to recognize it's real precognition? Real visions feel like memories of something that already happened. Imagination feels creative and fluid. You control it. Precognitive visions feel fixed. You're witnessing, not creating. Type 3, body cognition. What it feels like. Your body reacts to something before your mind knows what's happening. Your stomach drops before bad news arrives. Your heart races before you meet someone important. You feel physical repulsion from a person, then later discover they're dangerous. You feel pulled toward a location and find exactly what you needed there. Characteristics: physical sensation comes first, understanding comes later. Felt in gut, heart, or solar plexus. Often about people and their energy. Can feel like anxiety, but happens before there's a reason. Your body is receiving the information before your mind translates it. What this type means? If you have body cognition, you're being prepared for protection and discernment roles. Your mission involves keeping yourself and others safe from harm, physical, emotional, or energetic. Your body is becoming an early warning system. How to recognize it's real precognition? Anxiety builds gradually with thoughts. Body cognition hits instantly, then your mind tries to figure out why. If your body reacts first and you can't explain it, that's precognition. Now that you know what type you have, here's how to develop it intentionally. Dolores gave specific protocols for each type. Universal foundation, all types. Before you can strengthen precognition, you need to 1. Keep a precognition journal. The moment you have a flash, vision, or body knowing, write it down. Date, time, what you perceived, how certain you felt, 1 to 10 scale. Then note when it happens in reality. Why this matters? Your logical mind will try to dismiss hits and remember misses. Documentation proves to your conscious mind that this is real, and real recognition strengthens the ability. 2. Create a sacred question. Instead of waiting passively for information, ask, What do I need to know right now? What's coming that I should prepare for? Is this person or situation safe for me? Then listen. Don't force answers. Let them come. For Flash Cognition, practice the 10-second pause. Before making any decision today, pause for 10 seconds. In that pause, notice if any knowing drops in. Don't think, don't analyze, just notice. Should I take this route or that route? Pause. What do you know? Should I respond to this text now or later? Pause. What do you know? Advanced technique, lightning questions. Throughout your day, ask rapid-fire questions internally. Will this person show up on time? Notice immediate knowing. Will this meeting go well? Notice immediate knowing. Don't wait for proof, just practice receiving without doubt. Warning: Flash cognition can create decision paralysis if you question every knowing. Trust first, verify later. For vision cognition, practice the pre-sleep protocol. Before falling asleep, set an intention. Show me what I need to see about specific situation. Keep journal by bed. The hypnagogic state between awake and sleep is when vision cognition is strongest. Advanced technique, active receiving. Sit in meditation with eyes closed. Focus on your third eye area between your eyebrows. Ask, what wants to be shown? Don't force images. Let your mind screen stay blank until something appears. When it does, observe without interpreting. Write it down exactly as seen. Interpretation comes later. Warning: vision cognition can show you things you don't want to see. You cannot unsee a vision. Only ask about what you're prepared to know. For body cognition, practice the body scan baseline. Every morning, scan your body. Notice your neutral state. Gut, how does it feel at rest? Heart, what's your baseline heart rate? Solar plexus, is there tension or ease? Why? Body cognition works by contrast. If your gut suddenly feels different, you'll only know if you know what normal feels like. Advanced technique, the safety check. Before entering any situation, meeting, date, or new place hand on gut. Ask, is this safe for me? Feel the response. Your body answers in sensations, not words. Expansion and warmth or ease means yes. Contraction, cold, or tension means no. Critical practice is distance scanning. Think of a person. Notice how your body responds. Gut drops, warning about them. Heart opens, safe connection. Solar plexus tightens, power dynamic issue. This works even for people you haven't met yet, like before a job interview or first date. Warning: body cognition can make you hypersensitive to others' energy. You must learn to clear your field after using this ability. Ground, visualize a shower of light, set an energetic boundary. Dolores emphasized that precognition is a sacred responsibility. Here are the ways people misuse it and how to avoid those traps. Mistake 1: trying to prevent everything. When you start seeing future events, there's a temptation to interfere with everything. I saw my friend getting hurt, so I'll stop them from going. The problem: some events are part of someone's soul contract. Your job isn't to prevent their lessons, it's to support them through those lessons. How to know when to intervene? If you see something and feel a strong pull to act, intervene. If you see something but feel neutral about it, witness only. Your emotional response tells you if it's yours to change. Mistake 2: sharing every vision. You see something about someone's future. Your first instinct: I should tell them. The problem: unsolicited precognitive information can create fear, interfere with their timeline, make them dependent on your knowing instead of developing their own. The rule Dolores gave: only share precognitive information if the person asked for guidance, the information empowers them, doesn't create fear, and you feel clear permission from your higher self to share. Otherwise, witness silently. Mistake 3, assuming you're always right. Even strong precognition isn't 100% accurate. Why? Timelines shift. Free will exists. What you see is the most likely outcome based on current trajectory, but people can change course. The protection: always frame precognitive information, even to yourself, as "I'm perceiving that X may happen," not "X will definitely happen." This keeps you humble and open to course corrections. Mistake 4, not protecting your energy. When precognition activates, you're operating with open channels. That means you're receiving information, but also vulnerable to receiving anything. The danger? You can pick up others' fears, anxieties, intrusive thoughts, and call it precognition. The protection: before using precognition consciously, say, "I only receive information from my higher self and divine source. All other channels are closed." Visualize a filter on your third eye. Only truth gets through. So, you've identified your precognition type, you understand how it works, you know the practices to strengthen it. Here's what you do this week to activate it consciously. Day 1 to 2, documentation. Start your precognition journal. For 48 hours, write down every flash, vision, or body knowing, no matter how small. "I think Sarah will text me today. I have a feeling the package will arrive early. My gut says not to go to that event." Document it before it happens, then track what manifests. Why this matters? You're training your conscious mind to notice what's always been happening. Most people have precognition, they just ignore it. Day 3 to 5, practice. Choose the practice for your type: flash, vision, or body. Do it once per day. Don't overdo it. Precognition strengthens with consistency, not intensity. 10 minutes of focused practice daily beats 2 hours once a week. Day 6 to 7, ask the big question. Once you've practiced with small knowings, ask about your mission. What is coming in my life that I need to prepare for? Who am I meant to help with this ability? What is the highest use of my precognition? Don't force answers. They might come immediately or 3 days later in a dream. Trust the timing. Final activation, 1930 to 20. Here's what I need you to understand. Your precognition didn't activate randomly. If you're watching this video right now, it's because you asked for this ability. Maybe not consciously, but your higher self requested it, because what's coming in your life requires you to see ahead. Dolores found that volunteers with strong precognition are guides for others navigating major transitions, protectors who need early warning systems, strategists preparing communities for the shift. Your knowing isn't for you alone, it's for those you came here to serve. So here's your activation. Pause this video, place your hand on your third eye, and say out loud, "I accept my precognitive ability. I will use it with wisdom, protection, and service. I am ready to know what needs to be known." That's your declaration. That's you saying yes to this power. Then come to the comments and write, "I see clearly." That's your activation code. That's you telling the universe, "I'm not dismissing this anymore." Dolores said the abilities activate when you're ready to be responsible for them. If you're here, you're ready. Now, go use it.